Now joined by Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, a member of the party and chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. And from our overflow studio by Ayuba Mbako, APC member and former Nigerian envoy to the Gambia. Thank you both, gentlemen, for joining us on Newsnight tonight. Well, let me begin with you, distinguished Senator Opeyemi Bamidele. What exactly are the contending issues within the APC? Because it's beginning to look like a never-ending story with a crisis within the party. Does it have anything to do with 2023?
Well, thank you so much. I will just begin to say, I'll begin by saying that whatever is going on within the APC is really not a strange peculiarity, of the party. These are some of the things that are prevalent in any emerging democracy, especially when you are talking of a democracy that has remained nascent, for a long time. And again, we must not forget about how we got to where we are. How I wish, Nigeria had the opportunity of our democracy being allowed to grow since we got our independence from our colonial masters. But we had a situation where the military used that as an excuse to terminate the entire democratic process, and we didn't get over our teething problem. So part of what we are going through today, I think that we ought to have dealt with some 50 years ago, if the coup had not taken place in 1966, and we had allowed the process to mature. But whatever it is, it's also important to know that when you have a ruling party, the nature of the crisis that you have within a ruling party will be different from the nature of the crisis you have within a political party that does not have, the strength, or is not in power. So all of this cumulatively, led to a situation where today the party has to deal with different issues. And for me, regarding the upcoming national convention of APC, it's a question of whether some people want it to hold, by February, or some people want it to still drag on for a while. But we have a party that has a constitution. We have a party also that has a leadership structure. The president of the country has also made it very clear, His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, that the convention must hold in February. I have not seen any member of the Malam Buni-led caretaker committee, for instance, who is opposed or who has expressed opposition to the convention holding in February 2022. From my own personal investigation and discussions with them, part of what I know is that a good number of them feel there's a need for them to resolve the crisis within the state as much as possible before taking everybody to convention, so that you have a less rancorous convention. And we are told that they are making progress in this regard. It still does not remove the fact that we want a convention to hold in February. I still believe that the convention will hold in February 2022.
Okay. All right, thanks very much, Senator. Let's go to our overflow studio now, where Ambassador Ayuba, Ambassador Ayuba, you are leading a group that is canvassing, for more time for the Buni-led caretaker committee to continue to stay in office, even when members of your party are challenging the setting up of that, the legality of that committee in the APC. What are your thoughts here? To continue to keep Buni as a caretaker chairman, or for the convention to hold in February?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, we have leadership structure, and the caretaker committee were given responsibilities. And I think nobody should smart them. They should be allowed to work. And the leadership of the APC should be able to come together and feel that organize and make sure that convention takes place and the party structure is established. I think the question of people going to court or feeling otherwise is a normal thing in democratic arena. It shouldn't be new. And I think where there is a situation, people are not allowed to express their views. That is no longer democracy. So I think anybody who feels that a Buni-led caretaker should be terminated, I think it's not right to be terminated without the structure or leadership views. And I think the party has a machinery on how and when they should direct the affairs of any inconveniences or challenges should be directed to the appropriate leadership.
Ambassador, we'll be back in a moment. Let's go on a short break so that we can get that audio right. Stay with us.
All right, thanks for staying with us on Newsnight. Our guest tonight, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. And Ayuba Mbako is in our Overflow studio, APC member and former Nigerian envoy to the Gambia. Let me start this session with you, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele. The role of governors. We hear that governors are actually rooting for a consensus candidate, and that may be one of the challenges with resolving this crisis within the party. And on May Malabuni, has he not overstayed his welcome? Senator Opeyemi.
Oh, well, thank you so much. If that's meant to be a question. Yes. I thought it was a comment from you.
No, it was a question.
If you are asking me as a member of the party and as a stakeholder within the party, I would say Governor May Mala does not make up the party. You know, it's a party that has a structure, leadership structure. And I mean, we listened to one of our governors, His Excellency, the governor of Plateau State, you know, saying, for instance, they had been part of every decision that had been taken. And I'm sure most of our other governors will say that. Virtually all our governors will say that. So essentially, it goes beyond Governor May Mala. I also know that beyond the governors, you also have the leadership of the Senate. For instance, the president of the Senate and the other principal officers who are APC, who are of APC extraction, and then of course the Speaker of the House of Representatives and other leaders of the House who are also from APC, and of course Mr. President himself and the Vice President of the country. All of them come together to form the leadership of the party. There's also the neck of the party itself. So it's a collective platform where decisions are taken. And it's not just about people saying they don't, Governor May Mala does not want to go. We have heard the president of the country, who is the #1 leader of the party. We have also heard other governors, and I also know that Governor May Mala himself, you know, has said they were preparing for the convention, they are looking forward to it, but that their concern is that as many of the states, if you are going to a convention and you have at least 10 states where you can say there is crisis, you know, I think it's logical, it's normal, you know, for the leadership to say, okay, you know what, before we take people to the national convention, let us resolve the crisis in as many of these states as possible.
Would you say consensus is the best way to go?
Well, I would say, for instance, as a member of APC and a serving senator on the platform of the party, that I'm not aware of an official position to come up with a consensus candidate. The constitution of our party is clear. The constitution makes provision for 3 different modes of selecting who the presidential candidate will be. It can either be through the process of direct primaries or indirect primaries or consensus. Consensus is one of the options, but it is an option. But that would be something that even among the aspirants themselves, they will have to agree. For as long as you still have someone who is aspiring and who is not agreeable, to that arrangement, you cannot have a consensus. So I believe it's speculative.
Well, okay, speculative as that may be, it is not speculative that one key organ is missing in your party, the board of trustees, too, that would have been there to moderate, the kind of tempest that is being generated in the APC. Look at the court cases, over 1,001. And it's like it's unending. It's like members at daggers drawn. What are your thoughts here?
Well, again, I'll put it this way. We're in a country where there are all manners of crises. And what is happening in APC itself is a reflection of what's going on in the larger Nigerian society. The APC is a part and parcel of Nigeria. Members of APC are Nigerians. I don't know where you turn today, where you don't notice crisis. Even in the church and in the mosque, there are disagreements and there are factions. And as much as possible, what the leadership will always try to do in every organization is to try to unite people as much as possible. Where there is sincerity of purpose, it's always not impossible to be able to achieve such a goal. And I guess that's a challenge before us. Again, let's remember, it's the ruling party, and such crisis is to be expected.
Yes, indeed. Well, Ayuba Mbako, would you say that this crisis, well, it's just, family affair, nothing really to worry about? And on the issue of the role of the governors, do you think the governors may just become the undoing of the APC? And President Buhari has warned, if the APC does not, fix its house quickly, the PDP could take it in 2023.
Okay, thank you very much. APC is a family, and in every family there are members. Governors are members of the APC family. You have senators, you have stakeholders, you have those who are members of APC as family members. In this case, we in the process of addressing our issues, the tendency of having challenges. And if there are challenges, we have leadership, and I believe the APC leadership are capable of solving these problems. And the governors will not, I wouldn't say they will undo the APC success. They are there to give their own opinion, advice. As stakeholders, we have to be aware, and this is not the first time, and it shouldn't be only in the APC. The governors, they are huge and critical stakeholders. They control state, and therefore they should be seen giving advice, giving opinion that will bring success to the APC family and Nigeria at large. We shouldn't forget, every Nigerians are looking at APC as the party and the government in position right now.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Ambassador Ayuba, let me come back to you, Senator Opeyemi, very quickly, if you can, in 30 seconds. Is this all about 2023?
Well, it's all about Nigeria. It's all about power, which is said it's said that power is not served a la carte. It's also about 2023. There is no doubt about that. The party needs to be able to present a credible face to Nigerians. If you are going to stand in for election, the party has to be able to sustain the legacies that is known for, and to be able to build on such legacies. And definitely, we can't run away from the fact that it's partly as part of those things to be expected regarding 2023.
All right. Well, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele is one of the aspirants in the APC for the Ekiti State governorship election in June. While submitting his nomination form at the party secretariat, Bamidele spoke on why he wants to be governor.
I will say I have just submitted my nomination form as well as my expression of interest from back to the National Secretariat of our party. And that for me completes the application process. And what is left is for us to be back there sometime next week for the screening. Back in Ekiti, I can also confirm that we have been busy on the field to the glory of God. As of yet, I have completed a comprehensive tour of all the 16 local governments in Ekiti, and we have not stopped. I remain hopeful that by the grace of God, I will emerge as the governorship candidate of our party. I have just submitted my nomination form as well as my expression.
Okay, we still have Senator Opeyemi Bamidele here with us, and he's going to be running as a candidate in the Ekiti State governorship election just in about 5 months' time. Tell us, what newness are you going to bring into the governance of Ekiti State? What would you be given to the people there?
Well, to begin with, today we have a governor in Ekiti who, as I always say, understands the language of development and democracy. His Excellency Dr. Opeyemi, but he's running a tenure that constitutionally has a limitation. You know, a 4-year tenure. That is actually his second term in office. So, meaning that by the 16th of October, 2022, a new governor will have to be sworn in, all things being equal. So what this means is that there's a need, you know, for a serious and well-focused person who will take over from him as governor to be able to not only sustain the legacies that he has been able to work hard for, but to be able to also build on such legacies. I believe the task of bringing about an unusual form of governance is one that calls for someone who has a scientific understanding of what is wrong and what is to be done.
And what do you think is wrong? What do the people of Ekiti want or need at this time that you think they're not getting?
Well, basically, there's no doubt in the fact that Ekiti State, one as a fountain of knowledge, is a place where we need to be able to define and redefine our priorities. Like I said, the government that's in place right now, the administration has done well, but there's a need for us to consolidate. There's a need for us to go back into trying to grow and expand the economy of the state. There's a need for us to be able to, as much as possible, you know, develop, what we call human capital. And in doing this, again, it's important that we first understand what is supposed to be the bastion of our economy. The mainstay of our economy should be agriculture and mineral development. It calls for focus. And in the area of health sector and human services, I also believe that we need to do much more than we are doing right now. Part of what we are doing now is limited even by lack of enough adequate resources. But there is a need for us to be able to open up the space and allow more of private participants, private sector participants to come in so that we can better run what will be like a corporate governance. And of course, in Ekiti, under my own leadership, I'm also looking forward to a collegiate sort of leadership.
Okay.
We have both those who have been governors before and me that will be there now, and all those who have
like an advisory council.
You know, we'll continue to run the state together.
Let's hope tourism will be on top of the
it's topmost on our agenda.
Great. All right, let's go back very quickly to Ayuba Mbako. Well, the president will be meeting with governors on Sunday. What do you expect as the outcome of that meeting? Do you think Buhari will be able to resolve this crisis?
Thank you very much. Let me first of all congratulate Senator Bamidele. In a latter mood, I wish I should be in his position to contest for governor. Where I come from, there is no position of governor. I'm from FCT, and I don't have opportunity to contest for governor. So let me congratulate him.
Great.
Besides this, every one of us have the belief that President Buhari is capable of resolving every little challenges that we have in APC. I don't have doubt that meeting with the governor on Sunday, there will be there will be a solution to problems. And that is why we are saying Yari should be the next national chairman, because he has everything that it takes to bring people together.
All right.
If President Buhari could do that, definitely we need somebody who will take over. And that's why Yari is there to do the work that nobody can do it, and they will hope APC family.
All right, thank you very much. Ayuba Mbako, you've just taken 5 minutes of advertising for Yari, APC member and former Nigeria envoy to the Gambia. And of course, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. Thank you very much, both gentlemen, and wish you the very best, Senator Opeyemi.
Okay, we'll continue with the rest of the bulletin now. And from the APC to the main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, a former governor of Niger State, Bamidele, says the party has agreed to rezone the 2023 presidency to the northern region. At a meeting in Minna with the Article Support Organization, Bamidele said the party gave in to requests by some of its members to zone the presidency to the north without precluding any candidate from the south to seek the party's ticket.
In the meantime, the Concerned Igbo Stakeholders Forum is urging political parties to zone